First time we did this was in 1979. We wrote to the Minister of Water Supply with the support of the local member at the time, Graham Wiedemann. We've got fresh hope at the moment because our new state members, Jeff Shaw and Donna Bauer and Inga Parlich, have all formally agreed to the final restoration of Kananook Creek, and in particular the last structural piece is here in the town centre of Frankston. This letter to the Minister is going to be focusing on one key thing, and that is the state government is responsible for these waterways. Melbourne Water deny any responsibility for navigability, and Parks Victoria deny responsibility for this waterway above the mouth. So we've got this classic, we're going nowhere, and this has been going on for about 20 years. Fundamentally, we've learnt something. This precinct was to be transformed into a precinct that could be used for public events, markets. What actually happened? We had a major launch of this precinct, and it was wonderful to see the opposition leader Ted Baillieu actually making the effort to do the walk and to come here to central Frankston. But within a week of the launch of this transformational boulevard, council were able to then restore a car park, completely cutting off half the space. Now, the car park, as the state government knows and the council knows, was a key element. Relocating the car park was a key element of the boulevard transformation. How does a community in their key strategic space allow such an outcome?
Yeah, well, that is universally acknowledged. It's acknowledged worldwide, where you have large parks within cities. And Victoria and Melbourne is fortunate to have the green wedges because of that simple fact that they're the lungs of the city. You compare our city structure with the city structures in cities like Beijing or Shanghai. Those cities are just choked in pollution because they don't have those green spaces. We're fortunate that we've got a coastal location, we've got green spaces. We need to maintain and maximise and in fact increase those green spaces, and here we have the opportunity for a delightful green space in Frankston. So it's the same at Carlton Gardens, same in the Fitzroy, Treasury Gardens, all the way around the central area of Melbourne. There is a number of green spaces. In fact, Birrung Ma, case in point, just near Federation Square, is a new green space that the government has implemented because there was determination to do it. And Frankston, this area of Frankston, should be in exactly the same category and given the same level of priority.
How this creek was used 20 years ago. At least 130 boats were moored between Beach Street and the mouth. At least. Aerial photos will prove that. Well, the interesting thing is that both Kananook Creek and Mordialloc Creek suffered the same fate in 1877 or 78 when they cut the Patterson's Cut and drained the source of Kananook Creek and Mordialloc Creek. So they started off the same, and up until about 20 years ago, Kananook Creek and Mordialloc Creek were full of boats, small boats, moorings that were accessible to most of the demographic in the community. So the potential for Kananook Creek is right here, just 15-16 kilometres up the road in Mordialloc. Exactly the same geographic opportunity, very similar waterways. The thing that strikes you clearly here is this community really loves and appreciates this asset. It's well looked after. It's certainly a source of pride for this community, and we've lost that. The creek is not just an environmental drain. It's a community asset, and any community asset has to be looked at from its economic, social, and environmental components. So the economic components here is that this is clearly a place of pride for this city of Mordialloc. Clearly, visitors that come to Mordialloc would be attracted to this area. Both the Frankston and the Mordialloc Creek communities have got a proud maritime history. So our history is part of our culture, and you never want to forget that. They're very proud here in Mordialloc about the Pompey family, the families that really created the industry here. In Frankston we've got also a proud heritage. We've got the McComb family, the Sissons. There's a proud list of people in Frankston that founded the Frankston Fish Company, which, if you see some of the records, was a massive success, and the catches were being taken off Frankston Pier up to Melbourne. So simply, this looks loved. This is an active area. There are people, as you can see on a wonderful day like today, walking along it just in a relaxed way, complete peace with this environment. We've been inspired for 40 years of a dream of a world-class corridor, a recreational and environmental corridor, which will deliver on social, economic and environmental outcomes.